Hey everybody, it's Lukie, and this is episode 2 of Spoonful of Lukie. Um, I was sitting here thinking, you know, why is it that certain people don't trust me? What have I done to earn that? And what do I got to do to fix it, right? And so I started to think about what I've done, right, to earn the right to not be trusted. And being someone who is 20 months sober and recovering alcoholic and drug addict, I have a lot of experience at losing trust. And I have very little time now of trying to rebuild trust, honestly, rebuilding trust. And trying to earn back all that I've lost. So, I it's funny I think that especially those of us in recovery, we sit here and we think, you know what, I got 24-hour Chip. You should trust me, right? Because I got 24 hours of sobriety, and then it's 30 days. I got 30 days of sobriety. You should trust me again, right? I got 30 days, and then we get 90 days. And it's like, oh my God, I got 90 days, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. You should trust me for all the shit I put you through over the last 36 years, right? Or with my wife, it was, you should trust me. Trust me. I got 3 months. Treat me better. Treat me differently, right? Don't treat me like you did when I was active in my addiction. Treat me better because I got 90 days. Now that I've got 20 months, right, and I start to think back on all the different things that I did to earn that moniker of untrustworthy, I kind of laugh at the fact that I had that expectation when I first got sober that people should just trust me again because I've made this decision that I am going to be sober and a better person. So I knew in my heart that decision to get sober was going to be something that lasted, and it is going to be forever. I know in my heart that, right? But other people don't know that. They don't trust me. They don't think, oh yeah, well, Luke's getting sober again, and now we should trust him because he says it's real, right? So, it was one of those things that I actually, I tried sobriety and it wasn't really sobriety. I guess it's more of like I dried out, right? And I tried to force, becoming sober by just not drinking or doing drugs for times in my life. I'd go 30 days, I'd go 90 days. I even got 6 months one time. But in my mind, in my heart, I knew I wasn't done. I knew that I was going to go back out and use again. And it wasn't until this last time, 20 months ago, when I made that decision, that in my heart, I knew I was done. And I honestly know that I'm not going to go out and relapse. But I know it's something I need to pay attention to every single day because there is that voice in the back of my head that screams at me every once in a while to be like, bro, there is nobody around. You could drink and nobody would know. And because of that voice, I pay attention. And I remind myself every single day that I am still in the struggle of recovery, and I need to be mindful of that voice. But it's one of those things that I didn't understand for the longest time of why is my wife not interacting with me differently than when I was in my active addiction? Why is she not treating me differently? Why is my family not reacting differently to me, my kids? And it was because I had not earned it yet, right? And I think I'm still earning it. I don't think that they fully trust me. I I don't think that in the back of their mind, there's still that voice that goes, ooh, when is he going to relapse? When is he going to go back to his addiction? And they're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I don't know how to get past that, and that's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to do the things I need to do in order to earn that trust back. And what are those things, right? It's going about my day each day in a loving manner, treating them better than I did before. It's making sure that I stay on top of my addiction and I don't allow myself the opportunity to slip back into it. And then I just wait. I wait for them to slowly start to trust me again. And I can't have expectations of trust. Although I want to, and I want to sit here and be like, just trust me, just believe me, just trust me. They don't have an obligation to. And honestly, I don't deserve it yet. And that's what I'm working towards, is that yet. Some of the things that I did, it's not only the times that I got, dry or clean or whatever you want to call it, those brief times of sobriety in my life that I eventually left and went back to my addiction. There were other things that I did, the lying about where I was going to be. I used to tell my wife I'm only going to have 2 and then I'd have 12. It's not showing up when you tell your family you're going to go somewhere, but the night before you got a little fucked up and you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going. I got sick last night. I think it was something that I ate, right? Or when you borrow money and your full intention, honestly, as an addict, we always have the intention of doing right at the moment. But something always happens that we need to readjust that honesty to accommodate our addiction. So we borrow money with the full expectation of paying it back. But then something happened and we needed to go out and party. And as we look back in our all honesty, the lies we told of why we couldn't take care of our responsibility are a little comical now, of why did we ever expect anybody to believe that those things were true, right? How many bank errors can we possibly fucking have, right? And it's funny because I actually had a bank error after I got sober. And it was like the first time it had actually happened in my life. And I was sober and I'm sitting here going, shit, I can't take care of these responsibilities, but I'm telling the truth, right? But honestly, it's like I sit here and go, how often do you get robbed? How often do bank errors happen? How often does your paycheck get screwed up? How often do those things really happen? And it honestly, it's very far and few between, and it couldn't have happened as many times as it did over the course of my life. It did, really, Mom. I promise. I promise. I'll pay you back later. So now I have the opportunity to change me and to become someone who is worthy of trust. And the way I do that is not by trying to force people to trust me. It's by when I make a commitment, I follow through on that commitment. When I say I'm going to be somewhere and help somebody, I do it. When I say I'm going to pay a bill or take care of a responsibility, I do that. Rather than allowing the opportunity to not be trustworthy. And if for some reason something comes up, I'm on top of it. I don't wait for people to approach me about things anymore. I am proactive about what is going on in my life so that they know that the words coming out of my mouth are true. But I also need to make sure that I don't set expectations of other people. that I only do the things and only concentrate on the things that I can control. And the only thing I can control is what I do and how I am now. I can't control their reaction to the words that come out of my mouth. I can't control them trusting me. I can't control them believing me. I can't control anything other than myself. So that's all I worry about. I worry about very few things these days. I worry about, taking care of my family. I worry about staying sober, right? I actually have nightmares about relapsing, and it freaks me out. And that's how I know that I'm on the right track, is when I am scared, right? I'm scared of losing all the greatness I currently have. I'm scared of losing the trust, even the small amount that I've rebuilt with my family and my friends. I'm scared to lose it. So I'm going to do everything in my power to not do it, right? I can control every time I make a commitment, I follow through on it. And sometimes there are things that get in the way of us doing what we commit to. And instead of hiding from those, I'm so proactive. I talk to people. I tell them, hey, listen, this is what happened. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to need a little bit more time. Or we're going to need to reschedule. Or, hey, I'm working on it. I'm not going to have an answer right away, right? I think it's made me a better husband, a better father, a better boss. It's made me just a better Lukie, right? I actually thank God for my addiction. I thank God that I went through these things in my life, because now I have the ability to grow exponentially more than I would have before. Because life hasn't been easy for me, because I've had to fight through a few things in my life, I have the opportunity to go above and beyond even my wildest expectations. I am grateful to my family, to my parents, to my siblings, to my kids, to my wife, for the trust that they're starting to give to me again. I am grateful every day that I have the opportunity to continue to earn that trust back. And I have no expectations. I know that I earned that untrustworthiness. I know I earned it, and I'm okay with it. But I am excited about the opportunity to earn your trust back. And I will continue to do that every single day. And the only thing I know how to do is be a man of my word, keep moving forward, keep the eye on the ball, and know that if someone doesn't trust me, it was my fault. All right. Well, you guys have a great week. I hope this helped. I know it helps me talking about it. So I love you. I'll see you next week.